Good morning. I am going to be describing a game that you can play with your family, and you can kind of use your imagination for how you want to use this. So the game is called Headbands, and I don't know if you've seen the actual game, but they normally have words on them. So what I'm going to do is kind of explain some of the words and the cards that you could make for this game that could be related to fourth grade ELA. You can use your imagination, like I said, and you can create this for any grade level or even just any student or any adult out there could play this game however they want to, as long as they're creative. So, what's it going to take to be able to have this game? So, I have a headband right here. This is just an old headband, and then you're going to have index cards where you're going to write down the word that you're going to put on here. So the goal is that when you pick up a word from, let's say I have a stack of them here, I do not want to see the word before it goes on my forehead, because the goal is to, whoever you're playing with is going to give you clues as to what the word is on your forehead, okay? So if I look at the word, then that defeats the purpose of them trying to get me to guess it. So let's say, for instance, I made some fourth grade vocabulary terms, like infer or summary or main idea. It would be whoever I'm playing with, it would be their goal to try to get me to guess this word that's on top of my head. So let's say, for example, I pick up, without seeing it, I pick up main idea and I put it right here. Okay? So I can put it on this headband, and you can use any kind of headband, it doesn't matter. And then I have this here. If you don't have like a headband, then you can just hold the index card up at the top of your head so that you can't see it, and then whoever you're playing with can continue to guess the words. So, like I said, I've given you some examples. So here are 3 examples for some like fourth grade vocabulary terms that we kind of go out over throughout the year. So this would be one thing that you could do. The other thing is like I said, you can use your imagination if you wanted to. You can create a deck of cards that has the fourth grade terms, or you could create, let's say, I don't know, one of the things that we're going over is in fourth grade is character traits. So let's say I sat down with my student or anyone really, and I created a stack of cards that had a bunch of different character traits on it. So like one example of a character trait would be like brave or selfish, and I could create a whole stack just with my student of this type of these types of words, so that they can practice those and become familiar with those different character traits. You can also do the same thing with like themes. We go over themes in fourth grade, so we can come up with different themes like courage. Like a story could have a theme about courage. Good versus evil, which is a very popular theme. You could also do the same thing with that. Friendship would also be another theme. And then the last thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is that we can create this however we want to. One of the other things that we've gone over in one of my other videos is like the text structures. You can do the same kind of thing. You can do this with all the different text structures that they learn throughout the year. But you can also do this for just like vocabulary words in general. Just introducing your students to these new words so that they can grow their vocabulary. So let's say we come down with, I have a list of either sight words even for like younger kids or something along those lines. I can come up with words, and then we go through them, and then they're just learning these new words, and they don't know what they are, but they may not know what they are to start with, but after you go over them and then you start putting them on your forehead and playing this game, they're going to become more familiar with that, and then you continue to add the vocabulary words. So this game is something that is really simple. All you need is index cards, or even if you don't have index cards, you can take like blank paper and cut it and make little cards that you can hold on your head. And like I said, you don't even have to have a headband, because if I wanted to, I could just hold it like this, and then when I get it, I can just put my arm down. And you can play with as many people as you want to, kind of create this to make it fun within your household, or even if you wanted to do this in another classroom. Whatever you want to do, you can kind of create this and make this your own for what you want to do with your student. You could do the same thing with math terms, but clearly, I mean, I teach English ELA, for fourth graders. So that's kind of why I geared this towards my fourth grade students. But you can take this and make it whatever you want to do. Okay? All right, well, I hope to see you guys again in another video.